Yet every time it lands heads. It's completely baffling. The outcome defies all logic completely. I glance at the teacher up front. She keeps writing on the blackboard. My heart skips a beat inside, acting completely strange for a moment. I pull out from my pencil case a die carved out of an eraser. I give the desk a gentle nudge. 7 turns up. Another eraser-made die falls out. 8 appears. 10 straight rolls, all 5 turns up. No, this is impossible. There's something wrong with this die. I grab a ruler and cut open the eraser die. The inside is solid white rubber, exactly like any ordinary eraser. It seems the problem is actually me, or rather, my ability, is being able 100% to roll the correct answer every time. I figure people would probably think I'm cheating here, but clearly, judging by the current situation, my ability is turning certain improbable events into absolute guaranteed certainties. It's just like how I'm doing right now, tossing a water bottle off the desk repeatedly, and yet the water bottle softly lands and stands upright on the floor. Hey student, what are you doing? The teacher suddenly speaks up from the podium. Can you stop doing that? The teacher asks sternly. She stands up and walks over, right up to my desk, while I pick up the water bottle to show it to the teacher again. All the surrounding classmates also look over at me in confusion. I drop the water bottle off the desk. The water bottle stands straight up, landing right on the floor. But obviously, the teacher assumes that I'm just messing around again. Just as she's about to snap, I quickly pick up the bottle once more and drop it from the desk again, staring right at the bottle, standing there on the floor. The teacher's face darkens as she demands, "Think this is funny?" I shake my head, then nod slowly instead. Amidst the teacher's stern reprimands and the hushed giggles of my classmates, I drop it yet again. The bottle lands upright on the floor, amidst the teacher scolding me and the rising murmurs of the crowd. I realize they still don't grasp the true gravity of the situation. The teacher demands, "Care to try that one more time?" I repeat it several more times. The water bottle acts as if it's under some invisible influence. Every single time it lands upright, the sudden silence in the room feels heavy as lead, stilling the breath of everyone present, until suddenly, a group of people in white lab coats appear at the classroom doorway. They march into the room without a single word. When they notice the bewildered expressions and the occasional glances directed back toward me, they realize something must be wrong. Several of them walk straight toward me, asking coldly, "What on earth is happening with you? Come with us now, and we'll figure out how to handle it." The bewildered teacher will figure it out. The clueless teacher still tries to block them, but right then, the principal appears at the door. "Let them go." The principal says sternly, "BUT principal, that student, he..." Before the teacher can finish, the principal steps forward, looking right at me and saying, "Your name's Li Feng, right? Don't be scared. These professionals here will take good care of your health." I'm dragged away by the men in lab coats. I look back over my shoulder at her pity-filled expression and faintly hear her mutter, "This kid's life probability has been locked." The place the lab coats bring me to turns out to be a research facility. Inside, I notice besides myself, there's also a group of equally bewildered adults, both men and women. Our group is gathered into a corner on the spacious lobby floor. A solemn-looking middle-aged man. Looks like he must be a prominent scientist. Fellow citizens, as the head of this research facility, you might wonder why I've brought you here. First, I must offer my apologies for our facility's negligence. To everyone present, this sudden revelation leaves the already confused crowd even more perplexed. Because of our carelessness, everyone here, a few hours ago, experienced some unusual phenomena. A man shouts out, "I played basketball today and literally never missed a single shot." A man in a tracksuit chimes in, saying excitedly and loudly, "My experience was different." A white-collar office worker in a suit speaks up with a puzzled look. "I threw paper balls in the office. No matter how I threw them, they always landed in the recycling bin." I listened to their conversations, realizing it wasn't just me experiencing this anomaly. "It's because your life probabilities have been locked," the director says sternly. This matches what I heard from the principal earlier. The director continues explaining, "5 hours ago, we initiated an experiment regarding parallel universes, which also proved parallel universes genuinely exist. However, every single second, every single choice made creates a brand new parallel universe. But due to an error during the process, right at a critical juncture, our experimental actions caused a ripple effect across the parallel worlds, resulting in Citizen Citywit, meaning all of you, in those parallel realities. Every decision you make has become absolute, and every action that was once based on probability now manifests 100%, and the resulting outcome are now completely locked in." You could put it that way. Is there any downside to this? One possible outcome. Listening to Professor Hong's words, weighing the options and consequences, sound and data, what we do and when we do it, and the results they cause, left a deep impression. You can think of it that way. Is there any downside? The real downside sits right here on this. The probability of survival. For instance, drinking water has 100%. Small 8, eating food has 100%. Today's events, crossing the road has 100%. Women's blessing, Professor Hung explained. Of course, once your life probabilities are locked, your life's trajectory is also settled right here and right now. And your future time of death is also prescribed somewhere within the long river of time. Do we still have a chance to get back on track? We are trying to correct this grave mistake backed by time itself. So we hope everyone during this time can cooperate with our work. Professor Hong's 5 elements, moving closer step by step. To ensure as much as possible everyone's personal safety. Everyone can leave this place, but the people present clearly weren't buying it. An objection rang out, and the crowd joined in shouting, "Once your lives are bound by limits, Professor Hong is just a researcher, as the party at fault, knowing they have no right to demand. Once they send researchers to record these people's probabilistic events and behavioral outcomes to infer what they are lacking, a life trajectory model, so as to protect these people's safety, allowing those who wish to leave the research institute to go, will gradually calm down inside their hearts, leaving people behind, staying behind all alone, holding my ground. I also want to be like them, leaving this place, escaping a locked-in life, doing something big, but I'm also terrified, with one foot out the door and the other on the warning line, the sound inside. I also believe there are still children affected. Professor Hong walked up to me and asked, "Young student," without missing a beat. I asked again. "I am determined." Professor Hong nodded. "Yes. Before you came here, what kind of attitude did you live by?" I used to flip coins, to make decisions, doing crazy things, approaching Professor Hong, and even demonstrating on-site the phenomenon of water overflowing. Although I know the probability events on you guys, well, truly come as a surprise. "Professor Hong, you said you discovered a parallel world." Professor Hong smiled slightly. "Well, in a situation like this, everyone would care about their own safety or future," but he smiled again right after. "Are you very interested in these parallel worlds?" "Though my grades aren't great, but towards such mysterious things, I am quite interested. Shall I take you to see it? The machine we use to peek into parallel worlds. Although we already don't fear it anymore." I followed Professor Hong, stepping into the elevator inside the institute. Professor Hong pressed the very bottom button, named -40 meters, with a physical sensation of a sudden drop. The elevator plunged downwards at an incredible speed. "Did you witness it with your own eyes?" I asked what a parallel world looks like. Professor Hong replied, "More accurately speaking, it should be a feeling. Just experience it for yourself." The moment the machine activated, I felt that I became all those different versions of myself. I could recall, as this collective entity of me, the various lives I had lived, even though those lives weren't the me of right now. Professor Hong explained, "It's like experiencing it in your mind. That feeling is so wonderful and so incredible. It's just like eating a candy that has every flavor at once. Even though the taste is hard to describe, you can still distinguish every single flavor within it. Sounds really great. I also want to taste that candy." I muttered to myself. The elevator made a sound. Professor Hong said, "All right, we're here." The elevator doors slowly opened. A massive piece of experimental equipment appeared right before my eyes. I looked it over carefully, expecting to see a towering sci-fi masterpiece, a breathtaking machine. But what actually sat before me was just a generator-like, asymmetrical object. The only things giving it away were the cables spreading out from all directions and dense rows of research data. Professor Hong turned to me and asked, "You should know about Schrodinger's cat, right?" Of course, the cat trapped in a state of life and death. Now let's expand our perspective, treating the cat as ourselves, the box enclosing us all. Right now, that superposition is no longer limited to life and death, but spans across every single moment, quantized down to tiny fractions of time. Every single quantum state undergoes a transformation. I fell into deep thought and immediately asked a question. Now the box is open, the cat is out, and the superposition state is 2. A quantum number changes type. I bought the land. Then a photo popped up. Now it has. Cats have winter conditions.